Hey guys, it's Vince with Green Joe Coffee here, and wearing my drink some coffee, put on some gangster rap, and handle it shirt. We used to sell these on the website. We didn't sell much of them, but I really liked them, so I put them up there. Maybe I'll put them up there again. So listen, so I got a an email from someone who purchased my ebook this morning, and I got the email this morning. I think Brian had purchased it a few days ago, and basically what he was asking me is it worth it? It's a great question, and so the question is, um, is it worth my investment to buy or build a coffee truck, so to speak? So I said, well, let me break down the numbers for you, and then you can kind of make your decision. So he's still working a full time job, and he's going to be doing this type of thing on the weekends. And so, I just, for me, I assumed it's going to be a Saturday only type of thing. You run it Saturday morning and take the rest of the weekend off. I mean, you could do Saturday and Sunday, but I feel like that's a lot of work and it kind of adds up. You might do Saturday and Sunday and then just employ someone on Sunday. That's fine too. But I just made the minimal assumption that, or the assumption that he'll be doing the minimal amount, which would be like a Saturday morning on top of his full time work. And so, based on that, we looked at, okay, well, what's the total investment? So I said, okay, let's do a minimal total investment. Let's say $10,000 to start a coffee trailer. A couple grand for the trailer, a couple grand for the build out, a couple grand for an espresso machine and a paint job, right? Um, so, assuming that it's $10,000 of an initial investment or 10K of an initial investment, the numbers we ran, essentially, if you're doing $400 an event, it's going to take you 25 events to recoup your money. So it would take you half a year or a summer season, basically, to get your investment back. And then at that point, anything you make will come back into your pocket as profit, which is really nice. I think I did it full time and I recouped my investment. I think in the first 3 months is what it took me to make my investment. I had partial work when I opened up my truck, but my work kept interfering with the truck. I was having to close the truck early in order to go to work, and I still had a line. And so I said, man, I'm just going to go where the money is. So I ended up going to the truck full time, and we ended up making about 110K our first year, which is great. I mean, I didn't expect that at all. I thought, maybe this would be a 20 or 30K thing. So it definitely exceeded my expectations personally. Um, so yeah, so 400 event, I put $400 because that's, what I would expect to see doing a Saturday event. If I went out to like a 5K or something like that, I'm going to make about $400. Occasionally you make 200, occasionally you make 500. And then once your name gets out, you could probably do some catering. And if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I feel pretty strong about this catering thing. That's where the money's at. And with a catering gig, you can see $1,000 a gig. If you do like a wedding or something like that, that's $1,000. And so, with $1,000 a gig, it only takes you 10 of those to make your money back. And so, I think that's generally speaking as an entrepreneur. This is me. This is my personal risk tolerance. This is how I do it. I mean, you guys do it the way you do it, but how I do it is I like to see my money back within my first year as far as my investment goes. I really don't like to put money into things that I won't see the return year one. I don't want to wait 2 years, 3 years to start seeing my money. I think that's a long time, and for me it just becomes more of a savings account than it becomes like an investment. So that's how I look at things. I look at my return on investment, what's it going to be in 4 quarters. And I think for this particular equation, it meets that criteria. I would see my return on investment probably within the first 6 months if I hustle my ass off. I mean, if you go out and you work, Saturday and Sunday for your first 3 months, you can probably get that stuff paid off within your summer. Or if you get smart with it and you start delegating a little bit of this work, um, you would see your return on investment very quickly as well because you can operate the truck even when you're working full time. So you would be. That's I think that's important at some point is to make the distinction between being, an owner and an operator, and, owning a business. And what I mean by that is, like, the coffee truck, it essentially created, in the beginning, created a job for me. I was an owner and an operator, and I kind of oversaw, everything. I was the barista as well as the marketing guy. You know what I mean? And so it was a job for me. And then there's eventually a place that you get to where you start delegating that work, and it becomes, in my mind, what I think of as a business. And you're no longer the operator of the business. You now delegate that work to oftentimes people that can do it better than you. So um, so that's kind of the difference. I think, that it took me a while to kind of come to that conclusion. In the beginning, I was just the operator, and then eventually I started to see the light when it came to delegation, and started to work more on my delegation skills, and learning how to really communicate my vision, and what my expectations were. And that's a whole nother skill set. You got to learn your personality and how you come across, and then keeping people motivated, treating them well, but also holding them to a high expectation, letting them know when they fuck up. So I think that's important, as far as, when you're looking at this. Am I going to be operating it just on Saturdays by myself, or am I going to get some help to run that Sunday morning farmers market as well? Because that's going to lead to your overall income. So I think, the question was, is it worth it? Yes, obviously. I did 4 years on a truck. I made a tremendous amount of money that I didn't think I would make, and I had a awesome fucking time doing it. Those of that have read my story, that I set up catering for the Rolling Stones and Paul McCartney, and the Who, and the Pink Floyd. It's been amazing. I've made coffee for Lawrence Fishburne, and I've met Kevin Bacon personally, and just crazy experience that I wouldn't have been introduced anywhere else. And I mean, that's, yeah, these are all blah 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 celebrities, but I met a lot of people along the way that I'm still in contact, and we still keep in touch, that we started off on the coffee truck. So the coffee truck has brought a lot of value to my life, just a little bit more than just what the financial aspects have to offer. It's helped me with my delegation skills, and that's huge. Because you're only one person, and if you plan on expanding, you're going to have to learn how to search for good people, and learn how to treat them well, and also hold them to that expectation. And learn. It's a good chance for you to find out how you screw things up as a leader. I'm not very good at communicating my vision, and so that's something that I've had to work on, is to so it brings those things that aren't necessarily financial, but they're still profitable in your life, if that makes any sense. So anyhow, I thought I'd kind of do a little video about that, yeah, and hopefully guide some confusion into some enlightenment. I don't know. But anyhow, so this event's greenjoecoffeetruck.com. I have an ebook. I also have a business plan. Ebook is pretty good if you're looking on building. Business plan is if you're looking on buying. Both of those are on the website. Like if you like the video. Commenting helps the virality of YouTube. So that'll help, other baristas that are interested in doing this see the videos. And subscribe if you want to keep getting it. I put out a video about once a week or something. So if you want to keep getting videos, then you hit the subscribe button. Thanks.